this has to be one of the most disappointing finals that I've ever watched. 5-0 in the
Disappointing for the
Champions League
neutrals.
final.
Ah,
That felt like it was
total
worse than Conference League.
Thank you.
Even Conference League had more action.
Thank you.
5-0.
Wasn't even good. They could not even score one goal. I didn't mean they even scored first, right? And they lost 5-1. It will still be better.
That was
Do you
embarrassing.
get? It just they didn't even turn up. There was no idea.
No fight.
Everything he did was just trying nothing. Man, I think this is like. Anyways, let's not icing on the cake on PSG's performance. They were outstanding. The same, but I think the turning point for them in this their season and in the Champions League is Krasvastalia.
You think so? Just Krasvastalia?
They were okay. Look at this. Look at it. Let's analyze it together. They were struggling in the qualification stage, not winning, drawing, losing. Right, their keeper was terrible. September, October last year. Right,
I know, right?
They bring in Krasvastalia. They played the Champions League playoff, which is that second round stuff.
Yeah,
they win Man City. They go on. Who did they meet next? Aston Villa, I think. They win Aston Villa. Oh no, they won someone before Aston Villa. But after that, they win Aston Villa. They win Arsenal. No, they win Liverpool. Sorry.
Yeah, they win Liverpool. They win Aston Villa. They win Arsenal,
they win
and then they go to the final.
Same performance, quick ball movements. The ball is moving forward at
It doesn't even. I felt like it didn't even matter who the opponent was. They played the exact same way.
That's what I'm saying. Exact thing.
You just could not beat the tactic. No coach had an answer for the tactics today. Like not today in the UCL.
Yeah.
No coach, not even one, not even any slot. No coach has been able to
passes
beat
forward and they attack you immediately. They are not just passing for passing sake.
I said this yesterday. I told you.
You said Inter Milan are the underdogs.
Yeah, I told you that they might even be the underdogs in this case because PSG, the way they move the ball is, I told you, it's like a high-paced tiki-taka that is direct.
Yeah,
they are moving the ball really quick, which is when you are almost like possession football, right? Which we are saying tiki-taka, but like possession football, and then they keep moving the ball, looking for direct passes.
SSB, Dorcas, welcome. Is the same question we're asking ourselves.
It was disappointing.
Do you want to put the chat on the screen?
Yeah, we can just make it live. It was really disappointing because 5-0. Even the boys that came in like subs even scored.
Yeah.
It felt like a friendly match. It felt like a charity cup.
Yeah.
It felt like young boys playing against old men.
Yeah.
It felt like those players are just completely washed.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It was bad.
It was really horrible.
I now felt like, what is even the use? Maybe Barcelona should have qualified. Yes,
that was literally the conversation that that we had today. We went during my watch party. People were like, it would have been a better final if it was PSG Barcelona. Because what was the point of this? Because PSG Barcelona would be like end to end. Play like Inzaghi's tactics were just outdated. Inzaghi's tactics were just outdated, and they set up 3-5-2.
Like it was just playing like a dinosaur. That's the
very, very outdated.
The thing is that he clearly did not have a plan. It was obvious. This man has played the same way throughout. Inzaghi's tactics is just Inzaghi lost the Italian Cup, right? Inzaghi lost the Scudetto on the last day, and he lost 3 finals in one season. SSB saying Barca leaked too many goals. It would have been one-sided, and Barca would not win the possession battle with PSG.
I don't think so. I think
Barca will give them
Barca will give
I
them
know
a
Barca
run
will
for their
score.
money.
Remember when PSG played Aston Villa?
Yeah,
Pressure them, you
you
score,
pressured them.
they
Yeah,
fold, right?
PSG Aston Villa was a tough game for them. Even Liverpool
Yeah,
was tough for them. It's just they beat Liverpool with penalties, right? So
yeah,
I
yeah.
still feel strongly that they just were a horrible opponent.
They
Inter
were
Milan.
terrible. They were
They were
terrible.
just a horrible opponent. The chat is already showing on the screen.
Yeah,
They were just a horrible opponent to play against because Inzaghi's tactics were really outdated. What was the plan? Every time an Inter Milan player got the ball, what did they want to do with the ball? They
I,
had no plan. They were so disorganized.
yes, I had no idea.
And the problem is that they conceded two goals too early. Immediately they
Exactly.
conceded two goals too early. They could not see deep anymore.
They now had to come out,
They
right?
they had to come out. I watched Inzaghi second half. What did he try to do? He tried to widen the pitch. He tried to widen the
That
pitch.
was
It
a
didn't
bad
work.
idea. Bad
Widen the pitch
idea.
didn't work. They took more
Bad.
goals. They took more goals in the second half than in the
Yes.
first half. In the
Yeah. You say Inzaghi made no changes after 2-0. That's when you make subs. Not exactly. He said that's when you make subs, not in the 50th minute. Yeah, that's it. Like I don't
It's
know.
crazy.
I just felt like anyways, another reason could be he's leaving Inter Milan to El Ali or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
right? Could that have been the reason he seeped into the mentality of the players? That leak, it leaked this week that he's going to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
I, could that be the reason? Because I felt like even the Inter Milan we saw in the group stages and in the other rounds were far better than
It
this.
felt like Inter Milan
Yeah.
versus Barcelona was the final.
Yes.
And this is just the
Yeah.
I don't even know what to call this.
Austin say this is the worst Champions League. Yes, in
Yeah, in
history,
the history,
5-0,
5
5.
nil. When
No,
it was 3 nil, I
no,
knew the
no,
game was done.
no,
And then 4 nil,
no,
I knew
no.
the game was done. And then 5.
It
Due,
could have even
Due,
been 7. It could have
yeah,
been
it could have been
7.
7. Due could have had a hat trick in the game.
Mm.
Wow. Baka Obayan should have been in the final. Yeah, Baka Obayan should have been in the finals. Have been a better final. You see those scam crypto coins
Yes,
that the chat
he's
goes up
hyping
and down.
Liverpool
It's
fans.
spent
It's a
like
low
that.
key.
It's scam
P-
coin. Yeah,
PSG, Jordan, welcome. He's
yeah.
saying PSG versus Liverpool was the final.
I think the true final was even Inter Milan versus Barcelona.
Barca.
Yeah. Or Arsenal Real Madrid even felt like more of a final.
Final
But
than this.
yeah, even PSG Liverpool, yeah, without tough it was going to penalties before
No,
they
no,
could in that
they
round of
didn't,
16.
do well at all.
This
They did
this
not do
nah
well.
this
Was
was
too.
just
It felt
disappointing.
like what have we've been waiting for the biggest game in European football, and this is what we get.
Even the
We did,
Europa League was more exciting.
Europa League was more exciting. Conference League was even more exciting than this.
Europa League was still close, 1-0, and you were hoping to see what will happen. There was a clearance off the line. It was tough. You showed that both teams were of the same shit quality,
Yeah.
but it was still entertaining. But this just felt like, man, it felt like a beating. Inter
SSBC.
Milan took a
Look at
beating.
how many.
I
See
wonder how
how
many
many
shots on
old
target they
players.
had in the game.
We
I
can pull
wonder
up
how
the
many shots on
stats, right?
target they had
They
in the
had
game.
like 23 shots today.
Inter Milan,
No, PSG
Jesus,
23, and Inter Milan had 8. Right?
oh my
He
days.
also say he lost interest first half, no competition.
What
Yes, and
the,
maybe at that 2-0, I felt like you are 2-0 down
wow,
already.
23 shots,
Yeah,
23 shots, 8 on target. While Inter Milan had eight shots, 2
none on
on
target,
target.
2 on target.
Possession, they beat them in possession, 60% possession.
Yeah,
Inter had 40% passes. They took 529 passes. Inter took 352. Pass accuracy, PSG had a higher pass accuracy. Fouls, PSG committed more fouls, but they still had less yellow cards than Inter. Can you imagine? And
I
then
mean
offsides,
how many offside?
Inter had more offsides, 6-4. Inter had 6 offsides. PSG had 4 offsides.
SSB saying this wasn't 7-1 Germany versus Brazil. This game was a tier below that.
Oh, sorry. Offside is 5-0. Sorry, it's corners that is 6-4.
6.
Yeah, offside is 5-0.
It was
PSG had no offside. Imagine PSG today, they had no offside. They didn't commit
because
one offside in this game.
Inter Milan were defending deep. They were very deep in their box, right?
They didn't commit one offside in this game. 23 shots, 8 on target. It means they could have scored them a lot more.
Yeah.
Because the 8 on target they scored 5 of those.
Yeah.
It's only 3 shots on target that did not become a goal. What?
That's crazy.
That was a disgusting game to watch.
That was crazy.
That was horrific.
Crazy. Yeah.
That was man. No. That was crazy.
SSB said I'm still in shock. Well, everybody is in shock. Everybody is in shock. Everyone.
Yeah, Due is a killer because Due is very direct, bro. Like Due is looking to go forward. He's trying to score. Due is not playing games, bro. Like Due is not playing games at all.
See the two goals and 1 assist.
At the beginning, Inter wanted to pass from the defense,
when you were talking about Kingsley, yesterday when you were talking about people you should be afraid of, I mentioned Due. I said you should be afraid of Due.
Yeah, Dembele wasn't even really the start today. Dembele gave, but that back pass, that was smooth. That was flair. That back pass, that Due just took the ball and ran and scored. Clip that. Clip it. That will be clipped. That was a fantastic pass. And what a goal, what a player. Due, what a player.
People will be coming from him, and maybe Real Madrid will have their
what a player.
But you know the thing now. A lot of big players have come to PSG. They could not do it. Ronaldinho, Ibra, Messi, Neymar. The list is so long.
Dembele as a 9 is cold. 2 assists and back heel. Yeah, nobody in the world seen that back heel come. I swear. Bro, I swear, bro. The way he gave that back, everybody, like during my watch party, everybody was like, whoa.
What? Yeah.
It was too smooth, bro. Like nobody knew it was, man, maybe this is maybe Dembele for Ballon d'Or at this point.
Yeah.
He's pretty high on that list.
Hat trick. He has treble. He has treble, right?
He has treble plus goals and assists is quite high. He's the prime candidate for Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, they might as well just give it to him and let's be done with this season. Yeah. Sad.
Woo,
I think all the neutrals are a bit disappointed.
Yeah, Inzaghi is definitely getting sacked. Inzaghi is definitely getting sacked or is leaving. So
he said JJ Okocha was at the game and he said football won.
Yes. Football won today because they were so dominant. They were so professional. The way they moved the ball, the way they were focused throughout the game, even when they knew that they were winning.
When they were even winning, they were still closing space. They were still running.
They kept on being focused all the way through.
And the way Inter Milan were playing, they were playing as if they were the one leading. I was like, bro,
while they were losing,
you are down.
Dumfries looked outdated. Di Marco looked like retirement. Chanalogu looked.
They played like dinosaurs today.
Barella looked missing.
Oh my god!
Like everybody played like they did not even know how to play football. It felt like some senior team beating some little kids. Like they were schooled today. They schooled them.
Di Marco dropped an all-time stinker. Exactly. You know the funny thing. Maybe all of us we got anyways. It's not just about obviously the Munich theory.
Yeah.
I think 5 times the Champions League has been hosted there. 5 new winners. Right, from Nottingham Forest in 1979 to Dortmund to 1997 to Chelsea. I think 1993 was Marseille. Chelsea was 2012, and you see, even in the Chelsea game 2012, you saw the miracle that happened. 128 minutes, Drogba has a goal, and it all changes complexity. Today was totally even different. It was not a case of first time winner. It was just it was like a basketball game.
Yes,
Really.
complete man. SSB man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He
What
said,
what
yeah,
a
same
take.
basketball you can call
What
players
a
that can defend.
take.
Oh, it's bad.
What a take.
Yeah,
That was such a solid take, man. In
yeah,
basketball, we call players who can defend and attack two-way players. PSG has 11 of those players.
yeah,
Such a balanced team.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like they
Briefly,
honestly, they are the best team. We're saying Liverpool have the best. Nah, PSG they are the best
yes,
team in Europe.
thank
They are
you.
the best team in Europe. They are the most complete team, and they're the best team
Yeah,
in Europe. And they
yeah,
proved it this competition. They
yeah.
really proved it because their way to the final was not easy.
It
It
wasn't
wasn't
easy
easy.
for you. Do you know the big guns these people removed?
Man, they removed top people. They removed 3 EPL
We were
teams.
blame. We were blame. You know the funny thing? We all say, "Oh, Liverpool has crashed out." We didn't even. Nobody raised an eyebrow.
Nobody knew that PSG were
These
actually
same
tough.
people, anyway. Man City were trash. Then they removed Man City. Then removed Liverpool. We're like, "What's happening?" Okay.
Aston Villa.
Remove Aston Villa. Aston Villa had a good fight, right?
Yeah, but Arsenal was
They,
now like, okay,
they
maybe
beat Arsenal home
home
and
and
away.
away without they did not even leave any
I think
room for nonsense.
Liverpool and Aston Villa even won in their one of
They
the
won
games.
one leg, yeah.
Austin is saying any top club that cannot trash Inter next season is not serious. Hey, yeah, Mbappe. Yes, we
Inter
need to
need to
discuss
sell
Mbappe.
some players and buy some new ones. I think those guys are quite old. Some of them just need to go to Saudi
They
if
were
they want
playing
to be
like
serious.
dinosaurs.
Those guys are leggy. Those guys
They
cannot
did.
keep up
They
because
didn't
most
even.
football clubs are younger now. Have you noticed? Most football clubs are teams are young. They have more young players than old
Yes.
players.
Let me.
If you check it,
PSG started their youth stuff. Decided to go youth after Chelsea did theirs too.
most people are going young because they've
Right?
realized that the game is now about stamina. It's about
Yeah, strength,
pace.
running.
It's about running. Most teams are
Right?
now quite high paced, high metal, and the game is now
Exactly.
a lot faster. The game is a lot faster now. So it's like you don't want people to outpace your players. So you want
Yeah.
your players to be on the same level of pace with the other guys, and then you want to outpace them, right?
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
outplay them. Because check all the teams. Chelsea's young, Liverpool, we have a lot of young players.
Yeah.
Um young coming into their prime, but they are still quite young, like 23,
Exactly.
24. Only a few people are quite old, like 28, but not super old. And then
Yeah.
you have Chelsea young, even Man City, they have some young talents, your young
Yeah.
budding talents.
Yeah.
That's the case. Everybody's going young now.
That's
Even
it.
Barcelona is very young.
Young
And look at
side.
how young Barcelona
Yeah.
would have removed Inter. The Inter, they were lucky. They were
It's
actually
because
lucky in that
Barcelona's
game.
defense was not good.
Barcelona played a high line, and Inzaghi
Yes.
know how to exploit the high line. Today,
And
PSG didn't play a high line.
high what?
They didn't play the high line. There was no high line today.
SSB is saying
We are at
we
the
are at
end
the
of the
end of the
cycle.
cycle.
Every 10
Every-
to 12 years, we change. Inter is rolling with guys from 2010.
That's why I say dinosaurs is who they are rolling with. Game
Yeah, they need to
today,
refresh the
today
squad.
it felt like you know what it felt like.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like in those days, cavemen now they
Mm.
come out with their hunting stuff,
Yeah.
with their axes and chase the animals. That's how PSG were Inter Milan were doing. Then we had PSG that came in with like ballistic missiles. You don't need to chase the animal, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, fire. That's why I felt we were watching like they destroyed them. It was
The
total destruction.
destruction doesn't even do it justice.
Destruction.
Annihilation.
Destruction.
They beat them
They beat
convincingly. Clean
yes.
sheet. How do you finish with a 5-0 clean sheet? In a Summer looks like
Bad.
a basket. Every shot coming at Summer, the probability of them scoring
Was
was
high.
60-40.
Yeah.
60 on the chance of it entering the goal, and 40 on the chance of a deflection happening. But if it's going at Summer, it's a goal. Summer could not catch nothing. He could
Terrible.
not catch anything. The only
Ter-
balls he was catching maybe had some deflection in it, some low power shots. But all the
Terrible.
shots, all the clean coach shots entered. Wow.
Yeah.
You were so relaxed. I know, right? People always say
Uh,
all these things about experience. What happened to experience today?
my brother, catch them
Experience
young.
means nothing
Catch
if the
them.
other side is playing well.
We are the stage of catch them young,
Catch
not
them
experience
young. Well,
anymore.
anyways, bring young players. Yeah. So
Oh, Where does the question now is Enrique has done what no other man, what they've craved for a very long time now.
Mm-hmm.
He's playing Tottenham
Yeah.
Super Cup. Does Tottenham have a chance?
PSG Tottenham. No. That's not a question. I mean,
But there's something I can tell you.
Tottenham will play better than Inter.
Yes, they won't lose 5-0.
No, they will not.
And I'm sure they will
And they
score.
and they
Even
have
if they
guys that can
lose
run.
5-3 or
And
whatever.
and and today, like when I was watching the game, something crossed my mind on something that might be essential with teams. I
Yeah,
think you need some techie players in your team.
that's it.
Like one or two highly technical, highly skillful
Players.
players.
Yeah, yeah, you
Great
need
with
them.
their feet. I think when teams have that either in their midfield or on the wings, they have a higher chance of like creativity happening
Exactly.
compared to like having a team where you don't have really technical players. I feel like
Hmm.
you will not be as creative and you're at a disadvantage because if you look at Inter today, like
Hmm.
most of the players just they want to receive the ball, they want to just play pass or they want to be direct and stuff. But nobody really like drew people to himself, drew fouls, play techie because that techie player on the ball is going to draw fouls, he's going to run at players, he's going to find the pass. Krasvatelia was doing that today.
Oh my god. He was
Krasvatelia
even
gets the
moving
ball,
back to defend.
he run at you,
And he was just
you
and
know,
he was
pa,
running
pa,
as
pa,
if
you know.
he just like the energy was just crazy.
Yes, a physical team and a techie team. Arsenal is a
Yeah,
physical team. Barca is a technical team. PSG is both. You
both.
man,
Because
SSG man,
this is
you
a W comment.
you got my
W
point.
comment.
You
Yeah,
got my point. Like it's almost
yeah,
like you read my mind. It's almost
yeah,
like
yeah.
SSB read my mind. That's what I'm trying to say. Like you need that balance of like
Physical
physical
and
and
technical.
techie. But
Yeah,
if you're
yeah,
just physical and you don't have techie
yeah.
players, like
And that's
you're
the
at a
that's the
disadvantage.
problem of us now.
And that's what Pep Guardiola wants to do too. That's why he's
Yes.
buying skillful forwards.
Yeah, yeah,
These are
exactly.
coaches are thinking ahead.
They are
They are seeing
thinking.
how
Yeah,
the game is changing. You know,
yeah. And it's a Baka are extremely technical actually.
they are very
Extremely.
technical. A lot of the guys they are technical.
Physical.
Pedri,
Yeah,
Lamine Yamal,
yeah,
incredible player.
yeah,
Rafinha, you know, even Lewandowski is quite techy for a forward too. He's
yeah.
quite techy. So it's crazy. Something strange really happened. Was it the time between the semi and the final was too long? Where the Inter players out of gas or strength? Oh, like if Inter players did not have enough time before the final, right, to prep. People were saying that too. Like Inter, they
How?
look really like Inter just finished the Scudetto, while PSG they had won their league a lot earlier. So PSG had a lot
Oh,
of
they were
rest
resting the
time. Yeah,
players.
they had a lot of rest time compared to Inter.
Then
They
why
didn't have
didn't
much
they
rest time because
Kingsley?
they
Why
were going for that Scudetto, right?
Kingsley is
Yeah,
just
Inter went from
excuse
treble to nothing in a month.
in
I
a
know,
month.
right?
So that's the thing now.
But the Inter players
Inzaghi
lost
was
back doesn't make sense.
Inzaghi
They
was
might have been right. Or
Kingsley.
they're just legging.
Inzaghi was chasing the treble, right? At the end
Mhm.
of the day, nothing. Like what SSB said,
Nothing.
nothing. And he lost. You said even 1 month. It was not even 1 month. He lost it in 2 weeks
Mm-hmm.
because he lost the cup. Then he went. He drew. He had a draw. So they had a
Mm-hmm.
loss.
Mm-hmm.
What was like maybe 3 or how many points? Conte climbed back
Mm-hmm.
to 1 point or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's terrible, terrible.
Man, I think on this is a season where just unusual things have just not unusual things, but the teams have not, done won a trophy in a long time, a particular trophy in a long time. They've not won a trophy at all,
Mm.
or that particular trophy at all. This year is the year that they really like did it because this year was a very competitive year in football in general. Like it was
So
just very, very like fair. It was a very fair distribution of trophies.
year of
You
the
know, it
underdogs.
was year of like fair distribution of like in the EPL, everybody
You-
got something. One
yes,
person
yes,
didn't win more
yes.
than two,
Yeah.
right? Everybody focused on
Liverpool,
their competition. Liverpool
Tottenham won
EPL,
something.
Tottenham Europa, Crystal
Yeah,
Palace won their
yeah,
FA,
yeah, yeah.
and Newcastle won their Carabao Cup. Everybody just
Yeah.
won their thing, right? Even Barcelona, very techy team. They won. They were terrific this season. They were
They
incredible.
won treble too,
They
right?
won treble. Did they win treble? I know they won La Liga. They won Copa del Rey. I'm not sure. Let me check.
He said Inter's team construction was not good. as well. Can someone name Inter's wingers?
Exactly.
They play wing backs because they have no. True. That's a valid point. Actually, I didn't think of that. Is what's his name? Dumfries on this side. I've forgotten the guy on this
Dumfries is
side.
a wing back now.
Yeah,
Dumfries is a
it's
wing
wing
back.
backs they
They
play,
play
right?
those 3-5. Yeah, Barcelona won the treble. They won the La Liga, Copa del Rey, and the Spanish Super Cup. Yeah, they won the treble. Dumfries, yeah, Dumfries is the wing back, and they play Dimarco as the wing back. So Dumfries and Dimarco, they are not as techy as the other side.
Like,
I guess Mendes and Hakimi, but those guys are quite physical, right? They want to
Hakimi is
run.
physical and is techy.
Yeah.
Then you have someone that came from Inter Milan. That's where he got his physical nature in. It's like they spend most of
Mm-hmm.
their time in the gym in Inter,
Yeah.
right? He's a former Inter Milan player.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Yeah.
sad.
It's
For the
crazy, man.
neutrals, we're not really impressed, but yeah.
Yeah. But at least,
Go,
I mean, the Champions League is done. We cannot move
go,
on.
we'll go over to the Club World Cup now,
Mm-hmm.
right? Who are you? We don't know when does the Club World Cup start? I think it starts in June, if I'm not wrong. Club World Cup starts in June. Yeah, but I think the
It
template
starts
of
June to July. June 14, 2025
wow,
to July 13, 2025. So June to July is the Club World Cup.
wow,
Um FIFA Club World Cup. This is going to be interesting, man. It's going to be
we
interesting. Let's see the qualified teams and stuff.
yeah.
June to July. It's
But
going to
it's
be.
weird that for the another thing is it's really weird that you have Liverpool not in the Club World Cup.
Oh, the Club World Cup takes place in the United States, actually.
Yes, yes.
Wow. I mean, my city is not here, but I could actually travel to the closest one to catch
Which
one of the
one?
closest games.
Which one is the closest?
Either, I guess, Atlanta is quite close to me, or Seattle. No, Seattle. I could travel to Seattle for the game,
Give us a
but that's
live.
cool.
Give us a live from the stadium.
That's cool. That's really cool. I didn't know it was in the United States actually. But yeah, from Europe, list of qualified clubs for the Club World Cup in Europe: Man City,
Salzburg is even there, I'm sure.
Chelsea. Wait, why is it just Man City and Chelsea? Oh, my bad. Man City, Chelsea, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Paris Saint-Germain, Inter Milan, Porto, Benfica, Borussia Dortmund, Juventus, Salzburg, and Atletico Madrid. Wow, those are solid teams, though.
Yeah.
Those are solid teams that are coming forward. Chelsea, Oceania, Auckland City, South America, Flamengo, Palmeiras, Fluminense, River Plate, Boca Junior, and Botafogo. They were the Copa Libertadores winners. Nice. And then you have North America, Monterrey, Seattle Sounders,
Hmm.
Pactua, and Inter Miami.
It will be
Oh,
smoked. It will be smoked.
Messi!
It will be smoked.
Wow, Messi. We get to see Messi, man. We get to see Messi.
Yeah.
Then Africa, Al Alai, Wydad. I don't think any Nigerian team is here.
Why? No Aimba
Africa, I
United.
don't think there's any Nigerian team here. I don't think there's any Nigerian team. Asia, you
Shooting
have
Stars.
Al Hilal, Urawa Red Diamonds, Al Ain, and Osan HD. Cool.
We'll
For
see.
the groups are quite interesting. I just read the teams. I should have read the group stages, but the groups. But Inter Miami have a chance because they're in Group A and they're with a team from Egypt, Al Ali. They're with Porto and they're with Palmeiras. I think they make it out of this group if they can beat Porto.
We'll see.
Maybe we'll see. We'll see.
See this comment by SSB. He said, you remember when Conte, Inter Milan, he just, I don't know what
Mm-hmm,
happened to them. Conte wins, obviously, the Scudetto with Inter Milan. Remember, he had
mm-hmm,
Hakimi, he had Lukaku.
mm-hmm,
They go broke, then they sell Hakimi to PSG and
mm-hmm.
they sell Lukaku. Remember, they were looking for money.
Yeah.
Conte now leaves.
Mm-hmm.
Conte now went to go and win the Scudetto
With Lukaku.
with Lukaku again. Then Hakimi wins wins the Champions League. So it all came back to haunt them.
Damn.
right? They say first we have the Nations League, France versus Spain. Yeah,
Dewey versus
bro,
Yamal.
wow, crazy, crazy. We'll see. Austin
I
is
know,
saying
right? That's what we're still trying to figure out. How did they eliminate Baka?
yes, yes.
That's what we're still trying to figure out, bro. It's crazy. I
I
think it's not
think
about the depth.
the root cause for that, right? According to even what SSB said was
Mm-hmm.
Baka does not have a good defense. If it's that they had two physical defenders,
Mm-hmm.
senior physical defenders, Inter Milan is not going through.
Yeah, that's
Do
true,
you
bro.
get? He
Mm-hmm.
said, I think it's not about the death of Inter players. I think the burnout.
Yeah.
Maybe they were, but anyways, PSG to chase 3 trophies, so I can't even give an excuse. I think it's just, and they are mostly defensive. So how are they being burnt out?
It's crazy.
Kingsley, they sit back and defend most of the time, half of the
Mm-hmm.
time. So how are they burnt out? PSG should be the one suffering of burnout because they're always running,
The game is just physical, pace,
right?
stamina, a lot of things. Yeah.
So so that's it. So
Mm-hmm.
it's crazy. But we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, the Champions League is over. We can all move
Mm-hmm.
on now and have our peace.
Disappointing final.
The neutrals are really angry. Everyone is angry.
It's disappointing final, man.
Lucho has 2 trebles.
Yeah. Luis
Wow.
Enrique.
Yeah, 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 yeah. He had one with Baka now, right?
Impressive, man. What a coach.
Mm,
It shows you that the ball, like football, like
yeah,
football is just such a tactical game, man. What a
yeah,
tactical
yeah.
masterclass. Like the way he has trained these players. Mbappe literally missed out on this, you know.
I think we should. Austin said a year to Mbappe. Should we talk
Yeah.
about Mbappe? How would he feel now if he's in his house? Would he be supportive of PSG to win it? Would
I
they
think
have
so because some of his friends are still there, right? It's like some of his friends are winning it. To be honest,
the
like
reason he left PSG was to go and win Champions League?
but Real Madrid is also his boyhood club, dream club, right? He always wanted to play for
Okay.
Real Madrid. So that's also another reason
Dog,
too.
stay in your boyhood club, right? We'll see.
Mm. Yeah, I'm
Ah,
sure.
he
Yeah,
posted about PSG
be
win.
happy for you. Be happy for them, right? You'll be happy for
Yeah.
his, but like he's close with them. He's close to Dembele and some of the other boys in the team. He has played with some of those guys before, so you'll be happy for them to get that win, right? So and then they go
And
again.
anyway, he's their French and this in ambassador, right?
Hmm.
Is is he the captain of France?
Is he?
Can't
I
remember
wouldn't.
if Mbappe is the
I
captain of
don't
France.
think. I don't think so.
So yeah. Yep. But the better team won. The other team was not even present. Right? They were not
Yeah,
there. They're
is
not
Mbappe
there.
the captain of France?
They're not there. He said PSG should stick with French core.
Yes, Mbappe is
True.
the captain of the France national team.
Yeah. So I think how do I say it now?
Hmm.
Luis Enrique is an extremely good coach.
Hmm.
Extremely, because it's not easy. He's been there for 2 years now. It's
Hmm.
not easy to build out your team, slowly build it, set all the big top dogs, allow
Hmm.
them go, the ones that are left, anyways. And it started from scratch. Not from scratch, but just added on, right?
Yeah.
He added on. And yeah, next year, if they play the same way, I don't know if there's anyone that will stop them.
I think next year is going to be very competitive because teams are going to reinforce. I think teams are going to beat them. The way to beat PSG
Mm.
is to actually attack them, actually come out and play.
And play,
Inter
yes.
Milan did not come out and play. They could not. The problem with Inter Milan is PSG had a press and they could not beat the PSG press. They struggled to beat the PSG press, so they
Exactly.
always lost the ball,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
But indeed, this is a game where you have to figure out how do we beat the press? How are they pressing? How are they pressing our team? And how
yeah,
can we
yeah.
beat that? Right? How do we get the ball to the right people.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think in general, they face sides that could eliminate them. PSG could have gone out in round of 16. They could have gone out
Exactly.
with Aston Villa. Maybe Arsenal didn't put up that much of a fight towards PSG, but they had chances where something just got them over the line, right? Not just also that that excellent style of play that you're playing with, but also the mentality kind of like push them out to line.
Exactly.
They
Yeah.
had that mentality of
Yeah.
like, maybe this is our competition, we are going to win, right? And they went into every game they went into every game disrespecting the opponent. They had this
So,
disrespective, like, we would win type of attitude,
what was that?
which is why, eh?
Austin is saying maybe the age of Inter players could not cope with chasing the treble. They could have focused. It's really that's the only thing that really pains me. Like, yeah, they
Yeah.
ended up not winning anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I think one of my own theories, one of the reasons
Yeah.
that it actually affected them, their coach leaving, is another thing. Whether you like it or not, it has an effect on the players.
Mm.
Do you get? It has an effect on the players. I don't know why they broke that news or why he even considered that discussion. Do you get what I'm saying? You should have
Mm.
just shut the discussion down. Don't take such discussion till after the Champions League.
Yeah.
Right? Even an example is even Chelsea as a club, right?
Mm-hmm.
They said they are not discussing any transfers or anything. They were silent
Until after the.
until after the Conference League.
Mm-hmm.
A day after, then you have the lap movement. Do you get what I'm saying? Some other things.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Yeah.
5-0 is not normal. Yeah, in a regular match, 5-0 means
Mm.
the other team are simply not good enough. That's
Yeah.
one option. They
You
are
you're
not good enough.
they're not a good
They were
match.
battered,
Yeah.
right? It could be that the other team, maybe they were tired.
Mm-hmm.
It could be that tactically one coach failed.
Yeah. I think he failed tactically.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think if you, and this is
So
why I told you, like, all those 3-5-2 you guys
it's
play,
too complex.
is
It's
it
too
doesn't work.
complex.
I keep telling you guys, it's just once
Yeah,
they beat you, there was so much
yeah,
space at the back. There was so much space.
yeah. And
Like,
there were big holes in the
the
midfield.
big holes and
Like
spaces.
pass,
Like,
pass, pass. Then
yeah.
the midfield was so
And
small.
then him now trying to widen the pitch
That
to
was a
try
bad
to
idea.
like
Yeah.
get
That
they have
one
so many
you are
offside
playing into
offsides.
the he was sorry to cut you short. You are
Yeah.
practically playing into the hands of PSG when you do that.
Yeah, they widen the pitch unnecessarily. Those guys have the pace to cover the distance and to close the passing lane. So why widen the pitch? It was quite unnecessary. I thought in the second half, when I was talking to people in the second, people I was watching the game with, I was talking to them and I told them in the second half, I'm expecting Inzaghi to play some sort of kick and rush football.
Forward, then rush.
Forward and all of us go,
Yes.
you know, everybody's just going to be,
That's what
everybody's going to be
PSG doesn't.
physical.
Yes, PSG doesn't want that because they want the
They
ball
don't
on
want
the
that because it's
ground.
rowdy. They want to destroy the smoothness.
That's
That's
it.
how you break up all these great passing teams.
Yeah.
Destroy the smoothness. Step into their faces, bully them a little bit. I
Yeah.
expected Inter Milan to bully them coming into the second half, be physical. Any ball is a
Yeah.
set piece. Any dead ball is a set piece. Any
Yeah.
dead ball is a
They
set
didn't do
piece.
that.
To keep pushing that pressure up front. Because you're 2 goals down, you're losing. Try to get more
Yeah.
corners. They had chances
Yeah.
in corners, they almost scored. Try to get
Yeah.
more corners. Like, this was just so disappointing.
Weird and disappointing. Austin is saying, say Inter coped with
Backers,
Barca's press
Inter coped with
and
Backers
Bayern's
press and
press.
Bayern's press. Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. Barca is not a bad. They don't have a bad squad. Yeah, true. Maybe they were tired, and maybe Inzaghi, like what SSB said earlier, maybe is the ghost of your past. The ghost of their past was haunting them. They
Mm-hmm.
could not shake off that stuff in their head, right?
Mm-hmm.
You being in a final and you losing, they could not shake it off. So, yeah. Anyways, what are your final thoughts on this
Shit
low
show.
shit show of a Champions League the whole world just watched?
Yeah. Which
You
in
know,
fact,
no,
do you know how bad? Do you know how bad it was?
Yeah.
It was so bad they didn't give added time.
What's the? You said, look at it. What's the point?
It was so bad. Immediately it touched 90 minutes, the referee just blew the whistle. He
That's
saved
it.
them from the shame.
Yeah. Because if they added 5 more minutes and they keep scoring more, that's more record.
It's just seven, just get 7-0, 8-0. It was that bad. The dominance was so obvious. It just, as it got to 90, it was immediately just touching 90. The ref just blew the whistle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's
wow.
a
It
it's a
was
most
so
of, yeah, since that 7-1, I watched that game too.
humiliating loss.
Yeah. In fact,
Humiliating
that
loss.
game, you know the funny thing, I felt like
What?
that 7-1 loss, Brazil even put up a fight in that game than this one.
Damn, what a loss. Anyway, my final thought.
I feel like you're more disappointed than
I'm
Inzaghi.
so disappointed in Inter Milan. I'm so disappointed in them. I'm so disappointed in the coach. That was such a disappointment of tactics. It was such a disappointment for somebody that is so like
Yes,
like are you okay? Play 4-4-2.
exactly.
Are you okay?
It be simple.
Play
4-4-2. Let's play.
4-4-2.
Yeah, if you are
Shock
confused.
the midfield. Okay, you know how to play 4-4-2. Play 4-5-1.
Simple.
Shock the midfield. Make it a battle. If you
And go longer balls.
cannot pass out of the
Longer
ball,
balls.
don't play from the back.
Yeah.
Every dead ball is a set piece. Get your keeper. Someone can cross. Any dead ball, go kick, whatever. Get your guys to push further forward to a corner.
Yeah.
Keep the ball there and not it and give it a fight.
You say Ateta's fans dodge the bullet. They are on the high right now. Saying Inzaghi at Arsenal will flop. I don't really. Okay, should we have that debate or not?
Of what Inzaghi in
If
Arsenal.
Inzaghi had Arsenal squad, will he do better than
He
what
will still flop. His tactics was 100% rubbish.
Yeah,
he was clueless. How do you play a 3? Okay, let me tell you why it was stupid. How do you play a 3-5-2 against a very good passing team? Not just short passing, but also long passing. Do you know the amount of long passes that PSG made in the game that they completed? They switched play so many times. They cannot pass here. They just cross to the other side. Somebody just takes a touch. They have techie players. Of course, they'll cross. Of course, the person's first touch is good.
Yeah.
They kept doing that. And the passing, they'll pass, wear them out, give a long ball that breaks their lines. Once they break their midfield line, that's the end. The other person gets the ball. Techie forwards, they're driving at you. Do it. He's driving. He's skillful. He's trying to score. Or if they can't, they get a chance. They look, you're going far post. They'll cross it to the far post.
Exactly.
Get the ball in the far post and try to score you. Like, you're playing, guy. You realize that they were doing that to you. What do you want to do? Simple. I don't want you to have a good passing reading. As much as possible, I want to offset your reading.
Yeah.
If you need to sub at halftime. You're already 2-0 down. You have nothing to lose.
Yeah.
You're already 2-0 down. Sub at halftime. Get younger people in the midfield that can run, even if it's not young boys that want to run. Get them in that midfield to compete.
Running, yes.
Tell the team, everybody push upfield. All the balls should go upfield. You cross the ball upfield. You fight for the ball. You try and score. What the fuck? I mean, sorry to curse, man. Excuse my French, but what the hell was that match? What was that rubbish? They wasted 90 minutes of our life watching that crap show. Like, you guys got dominated and beaten and battered, and like, are you guys okay? Are you a championship team?
Yeah.
You a UEFA Champions League final team. Why get to the final and give this spot that Barcelona should have gotten in the first place?
Barcelona, to be honest with you, Barcelona would do better than. In fact, I have a theory. I have a thinking that if Barcelona was in this final, PSG might have been more afraid to play.
They'll be more scared to play the way they play. They'll be more cautious. They'll be more conservative.
Yeah.
Inter Milan, they were nothing. They were absolutely nothing.
Just like cavemen and dinosaurs.
Thuram looks like a clueless striker.
Yeah.
Barely got the ball. Okay, you're up front. Your ball is barely getting to you. Okay, drop into the
midfield and drop back
and try and help. Nothing.
Yes.
Look clueless. Don't freeze. Nothing. The other guys, Barella, Tananogu, Dimarco, all the other guys, I didn't even notice them. Summer, basket. every shot at Summer was a goal. Every shot at Summer was a goal.
Was he every shot?
Almost every like
eight
proper
shots on target. It's true.
eight shots on target. Right,
Five
they scored
entered.
5. They scored 5. I'm not even an Inter Milan fan, but I can feel what you're feeling right now.
Yeah,
I am a football fan.
Especially those that went to the stadium.
You've lost 2 UCL finals. You go to the first UCL final against Man City. You went out 1-0. It was a sad loss. You knew what it felt like to lose 1-0 to Man City. You're coming back to the same UCL final. Yesterday, we were talking about how a team that loses and is coming back, that experience, like the Chelsea 2008 loss, John Terry slipped, and the Chelsea 2012 win with Drogba's equalizer and how we went to extra time and everything, right? Even Peter Cech saved a penalty in that game against Iron Robin in 2012. They fought.
Yeah.
Inter Milan, there was no fight.
No fight at all.
Absolutely no fight.
Austin is saying terrible match. Hopefully the next year's final is better. We don't know. ASSB saying I can't even recall Laruto Martinez.
Do you know the funny thing?
I even thought he was in there after some time. I thought he was in there.
And then second
half, he played 90 minutes.
He played till second half. You don't believe he was there in first half and he played till second half.
Was he subbed off? Was he subbed off?
Was he subbed off?
Check, because I felt like
I don't know if he was subbed off.
Yeah, I don't like. I felt like he wasn't in that game.
To be honest, like I saw Lautaro Martinez in the second half, and I'm like, wait, did Lautaro just come into this game? Somebody said no, he has been playing. I'm like, what? Lautaro has been playing? I didn't see this guy in this thing now. I didn't see him in the whole of the first half.
Non-existent. The guy was non-existent.
He played the entire 90. What the hell?
Austin is saying hopefully Barca, Bayern, Madrid, and Liverpool will prevent this rubbish next year.
Bro.
He said PSG should relax for next year, buy young players. Final thoughts before you continue with your rant.
Before I continue getting pissed off, man. Like it was just horrible. Anyway, my final thoughts. I think this has to be one of the most horrible, hard to watch UCL finals that I have ever watched in my life. Where are those nights in Istanbul? Where are those 2005 Champions League nights? Where are those 2008, 2000 and the early 2000s? Where are those Champions League finals? Where are the ones where it is extra time? There is blood, sweat, tears. People are injured and playing with pain. Where are those nights when the fans, they feel sad, but they feel happy again because their team equalized? Where are those nights? Where? Real Madrid Dortmund was a shit show, and that was the last Champions League. Vinny cooked Dortmund. That was not even a final.
What was the score of that game? 4-1 or so?
It was like 4-1 or 3-1 or some nonsense number. We thought this was going to be it. We thought Inter Milan were going to show out and do something spectacular. Maybe not spectacular, but at least give it a fair fight. Actually show up in the game. They did not show up. They disappointed their fans. They disappointed the neutrals. They disappointed themselves. You cannot lose it. You lose back-to-back UCL finals. You lose and not even lose with some sort of strength. You lose worse than you were before.
Yeah.
Horrible. It was really horrible and really hard to watch. And I just want to move on to the Club World Cup. That's just how I feel. It's done. PSG won. Congratulations, PSG. Ousmane Dembele, Ballon d'Or, or whatever thing. My mindset is now in the Club World Cup. This was a shit show, and I just want to. I don't want to have a nightmare tonight. I want to sleep well tonight because this was a shit and a horrible watch. It was horrible.
Yeah.
I want to move on.
SSBC, before I give my final thoughts, SSBC saying UCL final has been terrible for the last 10 years minimum. Yeah, and it goes to, like I said it, right? The way football is heading now is heading toward, I've said this many times on podcasts, football is heading towards money.
I know, right? Yeah.
Right? Now you have a PSG team where they've pushed money to the backside and gotten talent. Okay, let's focus on football.
Let's focus on quality. Let's focus on actually good players.
Play before the money. Chelsea has done that too.
Yeah,
and
I feel like the money,
most of the clubs should do that. If you want to get 300,000, okay, bye-bye. They're not
We
ready
don't
to
want.
play
We don't
football.
want to.
Bye-bye.
We don't want superstar
Play
mentality. We
4
want
5
young.
years
We want the young boys that want to
of
play.
good football, then we
Mhm.
know you are worth it.
Yes.
Now we have somebody that will play a half season. He wants to be earning 400 and something.
This man, you, they learned the hard way.
When I saw that Sancho, you're just digressing. Sancho is earning 300 and something from United. I was like, what? What? 300 for that? Please no.
Crap.
And that's it. So now I think clubs should focus on, and that would help everyone. If most of the big teams, including Real Madrid, Barca, they focus on saying, bro, you want a 700,000? Okay, bye bye. I'll go for a younger person that is ready to work, ready to do the hard work. Take 100,000. You stay with this 100,000 for 2 years. When you prove your point, I increase it to 150. That's what. Let them play.
Let them
Today
work for it. Let them merit it.
we saw footballers play football.
Mm-hmm.
We saw footballers play football against dinosaurs.
Look at that pass.
That was the only difference. Do you get what I'm saying? Inter Milan, they played like dinosaurs. So let's just forgive them. But we saw PSG. Sorry, Inter Milan. We saw PSG play football. Like Okocha said, football won.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I feel like that's where every team should transition to. See the shit show in Manchester United. It still boils down to the same problem: money. Everybody's focused on money. They don't want to play.
Yeah.
He said Juve is not paying 500,000 or whatever for Elder Serena ever. Yes. Why would you pay? You paying 500,000 for what? At 37 years, if you are not ready to play football, Oga,
leave.
My brother, go.
Yeah, it's about football now. You guys get brand deals. You guys get bonuses when you perform. You guys get let's give them incentives. Is there enough for you? Then don't play.
Right, retire.
We
go
can't
and do
pay
something
you.
else.
Yes.
Right? It's very unfair towards the fans that we just watch people that I feel like they are not giving us. We pay, obviously, we pay for subscriptions. We pay for so many things to watch.
Yeah.
We pay with our time to watch. We expect to be entertained. We expect good football.
Of course.
Not that it's just the paycheck. It's just the paycheck. Go and get another job and let's use that money for something else.
Yeah.
Maybe 100%. All our subscriptions will come down.
Yeah. 100%.
Right? So that's it. I think football, my final thoughts from me, this footballing era, clubs needs to wake up. And I'm happy that all of them are waking up.
Yeah.
And PSG has proved it.
Yeah. Yes,
football first before money.
Yeah.
If you put money before football, bye-bye.
That's it.
Where is Neymar today? Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Right? So that's it. Final thoughts from me.
All right.
Football needs to get back to that place where it was before. So that we don't have some finals like this, right? Or crappy finals.
Horrible. Yeah. But anyways, horrible final. But you guys, we're streaming every single day. I always say the time, and then I'll give you guys the time range: 5:30 CST to 7:30 CST. Within that window, we will be live. So you guys join our lives. If you've not subscribed, please subscribe, support the channel, guys. We're trying to get to 3K. Please support us. We'll be live every single day. Shout out to you guys in the chat. Austin, SSB28. We appreciate you, bro. Thank you for always joining. And who else? Yeah, shout out to all of you that joined the channel, commented. It was a horrific final, but at least enjoy the rest of your weekend, man. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
See you.
Yeah.